What's good, people? Thank you for tuning to Total Payout Podcast, chilling with your host, Trouble. Today's date, April 26, 2026. Got 4 games on deck, great games. Some pivotal games in some series today. We got Toronto versus Cleveland. We got San Antonio versus Portland. We got Boston versus Philly. And we got the Lakers versus the Rockets. Let's go ahead and start this off, man. Let's go ahead and start with the Toronto-Cleveland game. Cleveland up 2-1 in the series. Head-to-head last 10. Cleveland 6-4 straight up last 10. 5-5 against the spread last 10 even. Over 6-4 last 10. Now Cleveland is 5-2 against the spread last 7. Cleveland 2-4 against the spread last 6 versus Toronto. 2-4 straight up last 6 versus Toronto. 1-5 against the spread away from home last 6. And 17-25 against the spread away from home overall. So they're kind of brutal. Now Toronto was 9-1 against the spread at home last 10. 8-2 against the spread last 8 on Sundays. And 22-20 against the spread at home overall. Now my personal line in this is Toronto -3. Vegas is Cleveland -3.5. So we have a dilemma here. Obviously, I'm gonna roll with my line in this game. That's a 6-point swing, probably 7 if you want to add the even. 6, 7.5. Toronto plus 3.5. I'm rolling with that. I might even roll with a little bit on Toronto money line. Like I said, man, Toronto gonna battle them in this series. Don't know if they win it, but they're gonna push them. I think Toronto can capture this game on the money line if they show up, obviously. But against the spread, I think they good for that. The plus 3.5. Cleveland on the road, 17-25 against the spread. Obviously, the first game they got blown out, so I wouldn't be surprised if Toronto showed up again and blew them out. Now, second game, San Antonio versus Portland. We got San Antonio leading the series 2-1. Showed up on the road without Victor. Big win. Head-to-head last 10. San Antonio 7-3 straight up last 10. San Antonio 6-4 against the spread last 10. And the under is 6-4 last 10. Now, San Antonio 5-2 against the spread last 10, 4-2 against the spread last 6 versus Portland, and 9-1 straight up last 10 away from home. San Antonio is 25-19 away from home overall. Now, Portland is 12-6 straight up last 18, 4-1 straight up last 5 at home. They're 1-4 against the spread last 5 on Sundays, and they're 25-17 against the spread at home overall. Now, my personal line, I got San Antonio -4 in this game. San Antonio in Vegas opened up -5.5. Now, my pick in this game, man, I'm going to have to roll with the dog at home in this game. I think it's a pivotal game. Portland kind of fumbled the ball last game. They were leading that game, man, and then gave it up in the end, man, pretty much, gave the game away. They should have won that game without Victor. I think they was given a blessing, didn't take it. So I think it's going to come back to bite them. But I do think they're good for this 5.5. I think it's going to be a close game. Don't know if Victor's going to play yet. I think with San Antonio winning that last game, they might be smart to hold him out one more game just to be safe. And I think that's how Portland goes ahead and at least covers the spread 5.5. Now the third game we're going to handicap is Boston versus Philly. Great game last game. Boston was able to pull away in the last seconds, the last couple minutes of the last game. Did not cover, but it was a great game nonetheless. Now head-to-head last 10, Boston 7-3 straight up last 10. Philly 5-4-1 against the spread last 10, and the under is 6-4 last 10. Boston 10-4 against the spread last 14. Boston 2-5 against the spread last 7 versus Philly. Boston 9-3 against the spread last 12 in April, and Boston is 26-16 against the spread away from home overall this season. Now Philly is 4-1 against the spread last 5. Philly 5-1 against the spread last 6 at home. Philly 1-5 straight up last 6 at home versus Boston. They're 4-2 against the spread last 6 in April, and 21-22 against the spread at home overall. Now my personal line in this game, man, if you believe it, is Philly -1. Now Vegas has Boston -7. Kind of tough on that one. Obviously last game I think was like 8.5, 9. Philly did cover that, so they got a couple points back. I'm gonna have to take Philly plus a 7 in this game, man. I think Philly fights for death. I don't know if they win this game, but I think they kind of beat themselves up because last game they should have won that game. Obviously not having Embiid is probably the telling in this game, but they still fighting Boston tooth and nail, man. Maxey just needs a little help. Ricky didn't show up, man. He had a tough game. I don't even think he hit a 3-pointer in that game. Maybe he hit 1 or 2 threes. It's a different outcome. But I think Philly can fight them, man. Paul George needs to show up, obviously, more than just a couple spots in this game. He needs to actually show up. Maxey can't be the only player showing up, but I think Philly can go ahead and cover that 7. Now, the final game we're going to go ahead and handicap is going to be the Lakers versus the Rockets. Now, we got the Lakers up 3-0. Crazy. Head-to-head last 10, Lakers 7-3 straight up last 10. Lakers 8-2 against the spread last 10, and the over-under is 5-5. Now, the Lakers are 6-0 last 6 against the spread. 5-0 against the spread last 5 versus Houston. 5-0 against the spread last 5 against the Western Conference. And they're 7-1 against the spread last 8 versus Southwest. Now, Houston is 1-4 against the spread last 5. 1-4 straight up last 5, 4-12 against the spread last 16 versus the West, and they're 1-7 against the spread last 8 versus Pacific Division, and they're 17-25 against the spread at home overall this season. Now my personal line got Houston -2. The Vegas line is Houston -5.5. It's crazy, but I kind of can see it, man. That's Houston has to win the game. I don't know if they can get swept in this series, man. It's tough to see Houston getting swept without Luka and Austin Reeves at the beginning of the series. But they're in this position. I can't trust them. I'm going with Lakers +5.5. LeBron got those boys cooking. They got them believing in themselves. I don't see Houston without a point guard is just travesty. Kevin Durant cannot do what LeBron James can do. He can score you 30 points, but without the help on the other side, everybody else is ugly. Obviously, Houston should have won that last game. Lakers got a blessing with those 2 threes in the last 25 seconds from Smart and three free throws and 3 from LeBron. 6 points in the last 25 seconds of that game. That's a blessing. That very well may have crumbled Houston, because I'm sure Houston expected to go up 2-1 and then take out that second game and be 2-2 going back to LA. And even in this series, I'm sure they didn't expect KD to sit out game 3. That hurt them. But even with that being said, with the game being played, they still should have won that game up 6 or 20 something seconds to go. They lost that game. Probably gonna force KD to play this game. I still don't even think they can cover this game, even if they can win this game, because the Lakers got to have more confidence than anything. And I think that they have more veterans on this team to know that just giving the game away to go home to win at this point doesn't really mean anything, because I think they can see OKC next series going to be tough. OKC probably is going to sweep Phoenix. So the Lakers probably don't want to give OKC any rest advantage, seeing it's going to be a tough uphill climb anyway. So I'm going to take the Lakers to try to go ahead and close this out in Houston. Give me that +5.5 with the Lakers. Now let's go ahead and recap the games that we're taking today. We're going to go ahead and roll with Toronto at home, getting +3.5 against Cleveland. Like I said, I expect them to give Cleveland a fight. I think Toronto can pull this out on the money line, but we're getting the whole 3.5 at home. Let's go ahead and take that. Now we got Portland at home getting +5.5 against San Antonio. Don't know if Victor's playing or not, but I think Portland knows this is a game they need. They had a good chance to take control of the series. They let it slip through their fingers. I think they fight. Don't know if they win, but I think they fight to get this game. So give me the +5.5 for Portland. Now the third game we're taking Philly +7. Once again, another dog at home live. I think that can go ahead and give this team a fight. They, had a chance last game, man. They just needed maybe 1 or 2 players to show up in the end. Obviously, you got those juggernauts over on Boston. They showed up. Tatum, Pritchard hitting the big shots. You got Brown over there getting to the free throw line. Derek White getting fast break buckets. So, Philly needs that one or two player, namely Paul George, to show up, man, and they have a chance to at least cover this 7. I think they good for it at home, at least to fight. Seeing that this may be their last home game of the season, seeing that the situation they might be in, going down 3-1, going back to Boston. Now the final game we're taking Lakers +5.5 against Houston, man. I think Houston season's over with. It's gonna be tough for the Lakers. They got to show up, man. They got to have that mentality that they want to try to match OKC game for game and don't give OKC a rest advantage. Obviously, with the Lakers, if they win tomorrow, they get probably a day rest advantage over OKC. Seeing OKC plays the day after them. I haven't looked ahead for that schedule as far as the next round, but I do think the Lakers is focused enough to get this game. Even if they don't, we getting +5.5. I know they can very well get blew out just based on Houston not wanting to get swept. That is probably in the front of my mind with this game. I would not be surprised if Houston comes out and punch LA in the mouth based on the fact the way that last game went. But I just can't trust it. I just can't trust Houston right now. I can't trust the way their team's set up. I can't trust the way they're playing together. So go ahead and give me the Lakers +5.5 to fight to at least try to close this team out at home. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Total Payout Podcast, chilling with your host Trouble. Today's date, April 26, 2026. Please give me a like, comment, and subscribe at the end of this video. I appreciate you guys giving me your time today. Great Sunday. Like I always say, man, please stay out the way. Want to thank you guys. Have a good one.
Hey, Rick and Thad.